Kevin Grub made a pit stop for tires. He starts 16th, last car on the lead lap as Jeff Green brings them down. Now he's got Scott Wimmer, Jimmy Spencer, and Greg Biffle to contend with. Then McLaughlin, Riggs, Harvick, Wallace, and Todd Bodine.
Well, Grub will have the best tires of anybody, but he's got the worst track position, so I don't know if they're going to help him or not. He's got to get back to the front somehow.
He's only got 37 laps to do it. Spencer with the old up-down.
Whoa, Spence, hang on, bud. Only Jimmy Spencer could have saved that one.
And right now, of all these cars, Jimmy Spencer in the 1, Greg Biffle in the 60, they by far have the fresher tires over Scott Wimmer in the 23 and Jeff Green leading the race.
Harvick gets past Riggs. So does Kenny Wallace.
Kenny Wallace is quietly up there in the top 10, minding his manners. It's a shot from Kenny's car.
That's Harvick just in front of him. How about Kevin Grub, Dick?
Well, he had an absolutely terrible pit stop, Mike. They had trouble with the right front. Tony Lambert finally got around to the left front, and they had already taken off the right and the left rear tires. Started to take it off at any rate. He got a go, 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 and then a no, no, no. And by the time they got done, they'd about lost the lap. A very, very disastrous pit stop for Kevin Grub.
He did get out on the lead lap, however, and he's 16th. Now here's Spencer after Scott Wimmer. This is for second place.
Well, Spencer's better off at 2. Wimmer cut down in front of him last time, and Jimmy got sideways. I wouldn't do that again if I was him.
But he got that right front into that right rear right there. Wimmer's going to have to work to get back down in there before Biffle gets there and closes the door.
He did do that. Wimmer's not quite as good as these cars right now. The 60, 18, they're all better than he is.
Meanwhile, Jeff Green, he's moved out to almost a second-and-a-half lead while these guys been back there battling for second.
Boy, Biffle drove in too hard, slid up the hill. McLaughlin shot under him. Now McLaughlin's on the move.
Flat Stanley is coming. Let's go to Matt.
Mike, up to that last caution, the only conversation between Jeff Green and his crew chief, Butch Hilton, was concerning the 1 car. That's the car that they were concerned about the most. They were hoping Spencer would be caught up more in traffic, but now that he's got around the 23, he has smooth sailing to the 21, but does he have enough time?
Oh, he's got plenty of time, and he's closing at a high rate of speed.
And it won't be but about a few more laps before Jeff Green, he starts getting in the lap traffic.
30 to go on a half mile. That's just your average Friday night feature at Stafford for Spencer.
This is Spencer's kind of race. Bounce it off the wall, bounce it off other cars, whatever it takes.
He is. He's quicker than Green.
Actually, right there, of course, Jeff Green had to go around some lap traffic. He wasn't even in the top 5 of speeds.
So let's do it again, Larry.
All right, he'll be in clear traffic, so we'll see how he fares this time.
A little quicker.
Yep, he stays at the top of the speed chart then. Lap traffic is what it's all about. It can make you or break you, especially in the closing stages.
I believe, and I said this the other day, I'll say it again, that this 1 car, this Busch car, is what made Jimmy Spencer look for another ride last year. When he found out he could win races, he won several races driving this car. He knew he could win in the Winston Cup Series as well. I think he started looking for a different ride after that.
Put that confidence.
He had that confidence. And he likes these guys. They all get along really well.
I think the big difference there is they race for fun, that bunch.
They do.
You know, they don't race for points. They race for fun, and they race to win.
Right now, Jeff Green, he's fixing to get in some heavy traffic. The last lap, actually, Jimmy Spencer picked up almost 0.2 of a second on him.
Got to be careful.
There's a battle for third right here. Scott Wimmer in 23. Mike McLaughlin tries to work up the high side of the racetrack a little bit. Goes around Jack Sprague in the 24.
Todd Bodine got into the back of the 84 car over there. Almost took him out.
Now he follows LaJoy.
Todd was in the 92 car right there. Ran up on that 84 car so fast he didn't know which way to go. Ran the back of him.
Randy LaJoy in the 7 car. He's in the 9th position.
Let's get an update on the 3rd place car of Scott Wimmer. Dick?
Well, his problem right now, Mike, is that the car is tight coming off the corners. The tires are pretty old. Last time they put fresh tires on that car was lap 135.
Meanwhile, Kevin Grub, he's marching toward the front, taking no prisoners,
No,
Darrell.
sir. He's got those fresh tires, fresher tires than anybody out there. And not only that, the leader is coming at he's still coming off before. Grub's going into turn 1, so he's got to go.
Watch him battle Brian Vickers here. Gotta go. Can't wait.
I got 4 of them Mr. Feel Goods, and I'm a-coming.
And I'm running out of time.
That's right.
So Grub is up only to 15th. Remember, he had that late pit stop on the last caution flag. I talk about Jimmy Spencer's bunch and how, I mean, everybody here races to win, everybody in this series. But when you're racing part-time, you're not counting points, and you're here like James Finch is to have a good time. This is his golf game. It's here with this racing, and with Spencer, he's got a fellow that will do anything it takes to try to get it there.
Well, I know we got to have a point system because we got to have a national champion, and we got to keep everybody interested in what's going on there. But if we didn't have points, we'd see a lot of different racing than we see a lot of times too.
Riding with Greg Biffle and Flat Stanley.
Looking out there, Hurricane Harvick. This is a battle for 5th.
Well, now he and Biffle spent a lot of time bumper to bumper last season. In fact, most all season.
Bumper to bumper, nose to nose a few times.
That too.
You're have to drive that car with that throttle. Just won't quite take that throttle all the way down off the corner once you get this far into a run.
Looks to me like that Jeff knew that Spencer was coming, and he stepped it up a notch. He's gotten through this traffic real aggressively. He hadn't waited on anybody. Spencer hadn't really closed lately.
Right now, Green's about 1/10 of a second faster. Last lap was 16:44. Spencer ran 16:53.
So I think that the end is in sight.
15 to go. Last thing Jeff Green wants is for Spencer to get to him.
He's getting to him because he can see him in that mirror, and that's getting to him.
14 to go in about 8 or 9 laps. Jeff Green's going to be in some heavy lap traffic, though.
And how many times have we seen that affect the outcome of these races?
A 1-second lead for Jeff Green. 13 caution flags, one shy of the record. 13 to go.
This is where he's more or less racing lap traffic much more than right now he's racing Jimmy Spencer.
He's just hoping he catches these guys in the right place.
And I'm not sure where the right place here at Bristol is.
It's on the straightaway, and that only lasts for a second.
Right. There's Spencer, 1 second back. There's Green. There's Spencer. Michael Walter.
Here we go. Bam.
Oh, hard to the wall.
Hey, here comes another one.
Ken Alexander gets him back to Stacy Compton.
I believe Ken Alexander may have finally killed that thing.
Kevin Harvick has just destroyed the front of that car.
He got a little nudge. He got a little nudge from behind, and it just lost control of the car, and it turned dead right into the fence.
Well, he and Biffle had been racing nose to tail for 5th place.
And that thing is, look at it, the right front is shoved under the dashboard. That's a pretty hard lick.
Good thing Harvick is okay. He'll race tomorrow as we bring you the Food City 500 on Fox.
He's not going to be very happy, I bet you.
But his day is done. There was also 2 cars got together off turn 2 at the same time. We had this.
Somebody gets into the back of him here.
Boots him. Biffle.
Biffle in the 60 car.
Yikes.
Let's ride with Stanley as we flatten Harvick's car.
Whoops. Just got back in the throttle a little harder than Harvick did and got into the back of him.
Now, at turn 2 at the same time, Shane Meal got into the side. Was that Todd Bodine?
Couldn't tell.
And we look like we may be getting a red flag here with about 9 laps to go.
So Harvick, okay, having to walk over the pit wall and walking into Greg Biffle's pit.
Talking to Randy Goss. That's Biffle's crew chief.
Not about the weather.
No.
So this race has been red flagged so that the fluid debris from and the remains of Kevin Harvick's car can be removed. And then they'll restart it.
And you know, Darrell, if I'm Jeff Green in the 21 and I'm sitting there with these 150-something laps on my tires, these tires are liking this little cool down period right here.
Yes, they are.
The caution came out before we go back racing. I believe I'd like to see this just to get my tires cooled down because Spencer is on much better fresh tires.
Well, E.T. will have to walk home. Dick Berggren?
Kevin Harvick, what happened out there?
Well, you know, our car was a little bit tight, and we were just trying to make it to the end, and we were catching the 18 and the 23. And you know, I always said Greg Biffle was a good guy, but he's about the most impatient thing. I'll be waiting when he comes in here.
Very unhappy. Very, very unhappy.
He was saying he will patiently be waiting for him when he comes in. Wasn't that what he said?
Words to that effect.
Something to that effect.
He's going to be waiting no matter what.
There it is. And as Harvick tried to straighten his car up, it just turned right and shot into the wall and wrecked hard.
Snap hook.
9 laps to go. 14 caution flags. Who can survive and win this race?